Okay, so I've been talking about the nefarious uses, how I see a possible nefarious use of pre-crime and this whole idea of using AI to determine, um, you know, what a crime is going to be and who's going to do it before it happens. And then presumably using that to maybe stop the crime. But, basically what I was looking at was how it could be used in other ways, basically just to either facilitate an attack happening because whoever has the power to facilitate it wants it to happen because it has a political benefit to them, or trying to stop it by using those pre-crime assets to try to determine who's going to do it, and then basically destroy people's lives because they didn't do anything. They're just basically being accused of it because whoever thinks they're going to do something, right? This AI is saying, oh, this person's a likely suspect, right? They fit the profile, okay? So that's what I've been looking at. And all the ways it could be used very badly. And the aspect I would like to look at really is going to be how it can be used to spark divide and conquer, okay? And in particular, the right versus left divide and conquer, okay? Because that's something that's been used very often and used to divide the people, but it's not something necessarily that harms the ruling class elites. It's something where they very often are putting on a show, right versus left, to encourage us to feel like, oh, that's our team, right? They're on our side, okay? When very often we're seeing behind the scenes that no, neither one is our team and neither one is on our side, because when it comes to voting, very often they're voting against us, and who they're voting for is going to be who pays them the most money and who owns them, who we have pretty much 80% of our Congress owned by Israel through AIPAC, okay? And we can see through their voting that they're voting against us and voting for Israel. Okay, so now what happens when people on both sides, people on the right, people on the left, start to see that? And they're like, what the hell? And why is all of our tax money being sent to this other country? And why are they taking our rights away to benefit this other country? Okay? And why is it that every time there's a candidate put before us, we don't have options anymore? It's just somebody given to us by this other country, right? So when the population, people in the population start to see that it's not right versus left anymore, what I'm seeing very often is this push to make it right versus left. We need some kind of distraction, right, to get people hating each other again, okay? And what better distraction and way to reignite right versus left than to have some kind of terror attack that can be blamed on one side or the other, okay? Now, when we're talking about pre-crime warfare, and I'm going to say when I'm talking about it, I've been looking at the aspect of they both are getting the indicators that this attack's going to happen, both sides, both factions, whatever. But one would maybe be trying to help it happen by doing nothing, and the other would maybe be trying to stop it by using their technology to determine, okay, who are the likely suspects, and meanwhile destroying people's lives for assuming they're going to do something before they did it, or basically accusing them of some kind of attack that they had nothing to do with, because their computer, their AI told them that they looked like suspect or whatever. They fit the profile. So I'm looking at this warfare back and forth, and what I'm seeing is neither party, if we're saying parties, wants to be the one that either gets attacked or, if we're saying, these parties that are going back and forth are actually moral, whatever, they either don't want to be attacked or they don't want to be pinned for the attack, okay? So if you say, the left is responsible for assassinating this person, right? This person on the right, okay? They did it because who else would want them dead, right? But all the while, they were working hard to try to prevent it from happening because they knew that they were going to get blamed for it, and it would be a huge political fallout because they're blamed for it. Then you might look back to, okay, who benefited from it was the right, okay? That would be the likely assumption. But what I'd like to throw into that mix is who benefited from it is who benefited from sparking a right versus left war with each other, right? Because they're both pointing the fingers at each other. So that's going to be the third party that doesn't want everyone coming together and maybe looking at them, okay? So that's another aspect of it, that maybe it wasn't the right or the left that was either facilitating it or did it or whatever. And maybe it was that other party that wanted to screw us up by sparking right versus left, so we wouldn't be looking at them. Okay? So there are political figures I definitely don't support. I don't like very much, whatever. But I'm more inclined to maybe not just sit back and watch them take the fall for something that they didn't do, because I'm seeing that that's what it's all about, right? And I'm talking about something, maybe that doesn't happen, or maybe they, are using their pre-crime to say, yeah, it's going to happen or whatever, and either facilitating or trying to stop it. I'm saying that our initial assumption, because the right was attacked or the left was attacked, that it was the other side, maybe we should look deeper than that as our first assumption, rather than listen to state media, right? Not our state, a state who wants to spark a right versus left, so we'll start fighting with each other again and stop looking at them.